Falcons get the team wipe.
They got baited so hard. Amari just like giving them, he's like, please go on me. Snaking comes in. We've seen him do amazing things on his Tusk, on his Oracle. Save comes in. I think they even use Root on these two heroes as well. So Skeeter just comes in and really just crushes them from above.
Oh, there we go. And up to the high ground now with the team wipe into their hands here, Falcons. I believe we're also going to be able to listen in to see what Falcons had to say in the comms during that last bit of action.
Just keep it going the whole time.
Well, there we go. I think he's still going now. He's not stopped since the beginning of the game when he got that kill under the tower with his shrapnel. Malrine is having a blast here on the sniper.
Yeah, I mean, he did also do, what, 3,000 damage or so in that fight, so he is just being able to, 11-1 and 6, pretty much flawless performance from him, except for that one kill they got on him up top. And he really did ruin poor Chira Jr.
He did. Chira Jr.'s had a rough one this series, really. I guess the first game being sort of given a position where it's like, hey, take the Wind Ranger mid. We need someone to play it. And then this game, too, having to play a matchup in which Malrine completely dominated him in.
I mean, he had his number, it seems like, the whole series, right? Even on the Bat Rider, yeah, Chira was, like, getting some farm, but he was getting lassoed in every single fight and just getting demolished. So, yeah, Malrine bringing it to his counterpart. 16,000 gold lead. Set of full items coming out for everybody, even Crit starting to get some more scaling, level 15 for him. Now he's starting to do some big damage also. And for 1W, I mean, that kind of was their big fight of a lot of their timing items coming in. That was the Luna BKB and everything that they've been waiting for, but...
Snaking.
Falcon's just too strong.
He's going to find Cloud. He's got him caught in the shards. Cloud, he's going to go for the raw TP. Is there anything to put a stop to it? There is the double snipe coming in with the Assassinate and the arrow. Not a chance for Cloud. Shot down outside the base. Now Falcons, they can certainly look to start approaching the high ground.
Look at all the buffs.
What do 1W do? They're out on the map right now. They're going to have to get back if they want to put a stop to these racks going down.
But these type of, I mean, we've seen these a lot. If you're not immediately wrapping, the teams usually know you're going to go for this type of wrap play. So let's see if Falcons does expect it. Because nobody's shown inside the base, so they're probably, are they going to flank on us?
Let's have a look.
Let's
I mean,
see.
Chira Jr., he's got that BKB, can stand his ground for a little bit. If he gets the Wukong's command out, still it's going to be an overwhelming amount of physical damage coming through.
Look at how much they're flanking around.
If they find
Malrine sees him.
That's going to be pretty big if they can start the fight on towards the sniper. They will. They'll drop down the ward. They'll try to get the Wukong's, but his tree is being cut. Chira Jr. tries for the setup, but it gets caught as the tree gets cut down. He'll get the BKB off, but he's taken out. They surround Munkushi. Munkushi trying to stand his ground against the four of them, but the damage is too much. Munkushi falls. They'll look over towards Sweden Strong as a missile heads his way to bring down the hood.
And the arrow!
It connects again. Crit, he just don't miss. As Cloud's been found, they're running out of buybacks. Respect trying to get back into the action here with Sweden Strong, but none of the cores have buyback available.
Well, they got the one. They got Malrine. Problem is, there's a whole lot of heavy hitters on this squad. They get brought down, and they have to use buybacks, and the towers are falling. The final racks.
Falcons.
Making it look pretty easy
They
this time
certainly
around.
are. Game one was pretty one-sided, but game two, Falcons, they stepped it up.
Oh, yeah.
And this is sort of the level of win that you expect from this squad.
Getting this sniper mid really did feel like the beginning of that nail in the coffin, and after that first 4 minutes or so, Malrine just put too much pressure. That's it. That's the Megas.
Up against the Mega Creeps, 1W. Of course, they'll play on. This is the lower bracket. They lose this, they're going home. 2%.
I mean, Munkushi tells them, push the throne. This is the classic
and that's
EU
true.
bait,
That's
right?
the strat
Go
using
end.
pubs.
Go end. We're AFK.
Crapper. Amar, no.
No.
He knows. He's seen this before, the end mid.
But they've got a ward in the base. They see everybody on 1W. They might just jump him anyway.
Here we go. Skeeter, head straight in. They get the connection on towards Cloud. He's gone. Respect shot down. by Malrine, and into the base they go once more. Falcons chasing down Sweden Strong. He's into the trees. The cooldown, it's coming for him though, as he gets pushed back by the tidal wave into the cooldown. Chira Jr. is watching Malrine from the trees, but can't really reveal himself. At the least, maybe he can start cutting some creep waves, but the top's already moving in. They're on towards the throne. As Falcons take the tier 4s onto the Ancient. 1W, they'll have one more fight here with the two of them. Chira Jr. is in with the BKB, does get the Wukong's command off. Munkushi steps up, and Chira Jr. gets shot down by Malrine. Munkushi's out. GG, well played is called. Falcons, they'll be moving on in the lower bracket here, taking the series 2-0, knocking 1W out.
Just a tough matchup, really, in particular. You could tell Falcons just a skill level ahead of 1W, really, today. In these lanes, in the draft, and just across the board with the way that they played. Just super confident, super aggressive, and yeah, it's sad. Sad for 1W, of course. You know, we've seen them kind of growing and everything, but this was one of the hardest matchups you can get played.
Oh, it was. This is a terrifying team to run into in the lower bracket, especially when they've got the level of preparation that they showed off today here. Just completely thwarting any sort of thing, any plan that 1W tried to put together from the drafting phase onwards against them. Falcons, they'll be moving on 2-0 here, knocking 1W out.
Thank you very much, ODPixel and Fogged, and congratulations to Falcons to making it to the Royal Arena, securing top 8 with that series. We're going to break it all down here. Tikov, this game, we already knew it was going to be hard. We painted one potential road where 1W could do it, but it would have been a very difficult one.
Yeah, no, they pretty much lost all their lanes, right? You got the Gyrocopter just pushed out the Beastmaster, then you had Sniper slaughter the mid lane, and not only that, when you see the Monkey King rotate to top, and then Malrine follows him, gets a triple kill, Amar lives on a sliver of HP, able to run it off, even do a little bit of ult chat, like the kind of the beginning of the end, and yeah. This is where it's like, now with this deep into the road of International, the International so close, like teams need to be a little bit kind of smarter with how they approach drafts, because the top teams, the tier 1 teams, they'll find ways to exploit the current meta, and that's exactly what Falcons did here. You know, the Bat pick in the previous game, the Gyrocopter pick in this game, with the Sniper as well. Like, you cannot be so, you know, static like 1W was, and yeah, Falcons, incredible stuff, now progressing through the lower bracket.
Yeah, Falcons just brought 2 simple solutions to the Monkey King that 1W just brought out in very early on in the draft. They had that Bat Rider flex in game 1. In this game, they had this pocket pick mid Sniper, which is funny to say about Sniper because we've seen him a lot, but for Falcons, it does feel out of pocket. And because of this Sniper pick, Monkey King never really could get off to the start. T mentioned the rotation that Malrine matched on Chira Jr. top. That really was where they lost the game, honestly, because Monkey King needed to get whatever he could out of the map early on, and matching a rotation there, following him to the mid lane, with the 2 supports of Falcons, killing him again, only getting the return kill on Tusk. All of these things made it so that if Chira Jr. were to come back into the game, it would be off of throws. And that's what we saw. Falcon did, you know, die alone a few times, 2 heroes playing versus 4, playing without vision, but even that wasn't enough to stop the tempo of the Scooter Gyro.
Well, nothing went wrong for them. Like, this is one of those snowbally ones where your XP 7 minutes in gets stolen, everybody is on your side of the map, post 5 minutes, mid lane, unplayable matchup, not much more to say about it, especially since the addition of the asset for the Sniper with the scatter shot, where you deal insane amount of damage over 1 second. You just don't have ways to play the game. We saw that rotation, getting a triple kill, very difficult to come back. They had some okay mid-game-ish fights, but they were so far ahead, and we've been theory crafting how to deal damage, how to deal as much damage as possible in shortest period of time. Gyro with the Tusk, with the Flak Cannon. Look at his neutral item. I believe that's Paladin Sword, but he did have the, you know, the splashy one, the tier 2 neutral one, where you're actually attacking more targets. Solar Flare on top of that. Your Flak Cannon, it goes out in a matter of seconds with that Solar Flare as well. Throwing Solar Crest, he had so many buffs, and big smiles from Skeeter for a good reason.
Yep, he loves his Gyro. I mean, this is one of the heroes that Falcons played even when other teams didn't want to. They did the same thing here at TI. This is the 2nd Gyro pick and the 1st win, so hats off to them for that. But this game overall, it felt like Falcons were never really in danger of losing, because even the fights, even the deaths that they gave away, they were just foolish fights, right? There was this one time where Sniper plus Tusk think they can fight on no vision, you know, 4 heroes from 1W rotate and kill them. Another fight, the one that looked good for 1W, was also just because Sniper wasn't there. Like, all of these fights didn't make it look back and forthy. It just kind of called for Falcons to finally group up, finally get that Aegis, and just play together to finish it.
Yeah, and they did it, and it was the overall last big sniper that definitely helped them do that. And with mention of Malrine, why not hear some words from Malrine himself?
Shiva, yes, indeed. I am here with Malrine, and we're going to have a chat about that series. I mean, firstly, looked very convincing, looked very, very strong. How did you find it to play?
I feel like we just had the conversation about our losing in the previous series, and we just came up with some ideas, and how we're gonna look at it all right now. So we just realized it in the next matches, and we'll see in the next matches too against Bad Boom.
Already looking forward then. Well, did just want to talk about the series a little bit. I mean, it like you guys were having a lot of fun, you know, a lot of old chat, a lot of banter, you know. One way, is this a team which you kind of joke around with a lot in scrims and such?
Personally, I was not even chatting. I was like spamming the voice lines that it doesn't even count, you know. But probably was Amara only one who was spamming some chat wheels, like spamming in the chat. And I don't think he has some beefs. He's just making the fun for the community. So we don't have the beefs. We're just having fun.
Awesome. I mean, it certainly looked like you guys were having a great time there. When you picked the sniper, were you kind of expecting the game to go this way?
Even in the draft, I said, guys, hey, Monkey King gonna have a rough time. So I was not expecting it's gonna be that hard for them to play, but that's how it goes. The guy was not expecting this.
They certainly were not. You got the better of them there. So heading now to the international main stage. You know, what's it going to be like to play in that arena and play in front of a crowd on TI main stage for you?
I mean, obviously for me, it's gonna be excited to play in the first my TI. But to be honest, I'm not really feel that much excited because it's just about my work, and I need to perform as much as I can. So I don't want to put me in the nervous and exciting that I'm playing the TI. Wow, God bless, I'm playing here. So I just need to do my work.
Work, do business. I love that attitude, Marion. Thank you very much for coming to talk to me. We'll go back to Shiva and the gang in the studio.
I think that's a very good attitude to have, Lacoste, to make sure, you know, eyes on the prize, don't get distracted, just play well.
Yeah, focusing on the right thing in the back of your head, it's probably going to be there. But, you know, anxiety performance can pretty much kick in anytime. And Malrine, I would say he had some when he first came into the scene, but he shook it off almost immediately. And this guy, he feels fully ready to show what he's made of. His first TI, he's been dominating this year pretty much throughout the whole year. And it's always love to see him play because this guy's very young and he has like 5-6 heroes that are level 30 and always plays extremely well.
He really does play extremely well.
Yeah.
And of course, having won multiple titles this year, it makes it easy to already have the experience of dealing with the nerves.
And you can see the combination between these players, the synergy. Amar, he goes in, he's the one who's going to be the bait, has 21 charges, and he TPs in with Malrine. Sniper gets a triple kill pretty much, and that's pretty much also the start of the end for how the next 10-15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about 1W. They were the only team here with everybody, including their coach, being their first timer, and they only qualified for 3 events in the whole year. As 1W. Before that, they were Clemsania, and they definitely qualified for a few more. But this year has been 3 events, but only one, other than this one, that they could attend. So they didn't have a lot of experience to back this run off of. Effie, how do you feel? How do you feel like we should be looking back on their run here?
And I do think that the way they played during this tournament was slightly disappointing, just based off of the last tournament they played. I believe they got 2nd place, and a lot of people were linking them as an up-and-comer team, but they showed a lot of signs of potential brilliance in moments where, like even in that last game where they got stomped, they were able to have some turnaround fights. They're able to be confident and play the way they want to, even against these huge teams that they don't have the experience of.
Yeah, they can definitely look back and be proud on their performance and their ability to attempt to stand up against Falcons. Definitely one of the more formidable opponents in this lower bracket. For some final words of 1W, we head over to Pyrion, who's standing by with Sweden Strong.
Thank you, Shiva. Yes, I am here with Sweden Strong of 1W. First of all, we're very, very sorry to see you guys go out of the tournament, but of all the teams to bump into in the lower bracket, Falcons was probably one of the harder ones you could have drawn.
I mean, in our situation, we had to win against everyone. Against Falcons, we couldn't win. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah.
So this is the first time at TI for your entire team, and indeed, as the panel was saying, not a huge amount of LAN experience amongst you guys. Do you think you've learned a lot here at this TI?
I mean, definitely. I mean, any tournament for us is like a learning opportunity, and we get better after every tournament. We learned valuable lessons for sure about like how we prepare for the tournament, how we interact with each other, and what we do like during the tournament. So yeah, I think the tournament helped us a lot for sure.
Fantastic. And I suppose I'd also like to know what your plans are for next year. What are you guys hoping to achieve to grow on this experience?
I mean, hopefully we will stick together, and we will for sure come stronger, guys. We will come back, and we will come stronger. We plan to play in every tournament and win them all, yes, if it's possible, yeah.
Fantastic. And just finally, have you got a word for your fans who've obviously had to see you go out today, but maybe you could give them a sort of a thank you or something?
Of course, yes, guys. Thanks for cheering for us. Thanks for supporting our team and watching our games. The support feels amazing, like reading comments and seeing you guys. Yeah, thank you all for supporting us. We will come back stronger. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, Sweden Strong, for entertaining us at this international. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye. But you've been fantastic to watch, and thank you very much. And Shiva, back to you in the panel.
Thank you very much. And Tigov, I don't think we've seen the last of 1W here, the way they performed. This is still a very young team.
Yeah, and from, again, another exit interview. Exit interview, and the same kind of vibes. It's like, we didn't do very well, but we feel like we're improving, and we hope to stick together. Like, if you rewind the Dota clock multiple years, you don't have that level of like, it's like, yep, we lost. I can't wait to kick the guy when I get to the pub. You know, like it's very different nowadays. So I do hope for some of these teams, like Nouns, like 1W, that like the core structure and the ideas get to, you know, live longer than this one run, because you can see there's moments of brilliance, but it just doesn't have like the time to push them towards like the top teams.
Yeah, it's about learning with everything you do. We learn every day as well, and we're going to learn right now as well with Purge.
Thank you, Shiva. What I want to talk about is Sniper, because we saw a complete ransacking that game. And the reason is because of the new facet, okay? The regular Sniper Shrapnel spell, you've all seen it, does some light peppering of damage for 10 seconds, slows appropriately. But this other one changes it. It makes the damage more upfront, but it doesn't do as much over time. So the difference is that you can dump a lot more damage out in a short period of time, but over like 10 seconds, it's less, right? So the other Shrapnel that you're used to, if they stand in it for 4 seconds, it does the exact same amount of damage. But this one does it all in a 1 second burst. So that means that if you put all 3 charges down, within 3 seconds, you can do up to like 900 damage just with Shrapnel. Those are bonkers numbers, and that's why pro players are picking this hero so much right now, because from a support position, no other hero really can do that much damage that early at such a low level. So what Malrine basically does in the mid lane is he's monkey kinging the Monkey King. The guy doesn't get to get close to the creep wave, and he's basically trying to get him low enough that when he's got 2 charges of Shrapnel, he can dump both charges and get a kill. In fact, I actually did miss it. Excuse me. Get him low, get him low, get him low, get him low, and then when he's got 2 charges again, that's when things start getting really dangerous for the Monkey King. He gets to basically run him down slowly over time with Shrapnel damage, and that's what ends up producing the first kill. I was wrong, I'm sorry, it's on this clip, so sorry.
He was doing it so many times.
So many times, there it is. First one, second one. That's it. He didn't even get close to the creep wave, he just kills him. Gets a solo kill, then he TP's top, same thing. 3 charges are ready to go. Right-clicks down the Luna, puts one over on the tree, saves the Shrapnel charge against the Monkey King, and this is just like an insanely big advantage. So anytime that his enemies fight sort of near his tower, he gets to use this huge range to just dump a stupid amount of damage into one guy, plus assassinate. So really big impact from Malrine here. Keep in mind, though, with everything I just said, this hero's got a 32% win rate. It's just the fact that his skill is so unique in how much damage it does that pros they're just baited into it. They're like, well, obviously I want to win like crazy in the early game. It just doesn't always transition, but it looks good early.
It looks good early, and maybe it looked also good, especially in this game, because it was one of the later picks, last pick coming out. So that, you know, that sets a hero a little bit more up for success, and we've seen it a lot of supports as well.
Yeah, I mean, as a support, it kind of fills the role of Snapfire in what we've seen, provides a lot of damage on the laning stage, where you have a offlaner like Kunkka who maybe doesn't do the damage, but gives you the CC, and it's just been, very efficient in how it fits into the meta. But I did want to comment that there's something that always happens in Dota when a hero is really broken in one way, and that way gets nerfed. People forget about it for a while, but then there's a facet that's slowly getting buffed under the radar, and someone tries it, someone plays it, and they think to themselves, holy crap, this is overpowered. And then everybody starts to do it too. So Sniper lost all of his attack range, which was why he was first pick 6 months ago in almost every tournament. And then instead he gets a facet that gives him almost 900 damage at level 1.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I mean, just support's a griefing Sniper. 30% win rate on support Sniper. Core Sniper, 50%. There it is. Pick it in the mid lane, viable. Pick it in the support, probably booking yourself some early ticket
got a
home.
hater on
That's
the
all I'm
panel.
saying. All right, back to you, Shiva.
It's all good. I feel like every panel has got a Sniper hater. I believe in the mornings, Jenkins is right there with
It's the chair. Oh,
same
no.
chair as well, I was going to say. Speaking of mornings, we had one today. We have one every day.
We'll have one tomorrow.
We'll have one tomorrow as well. But first, let's talk about the one that we had today, because we started the day, Effie, in a very exciting fashion.
Yeah, this Talon BB Team series, I did not expect it to go to 3 games, but Talon had such a beautiful comeback in that game too. I highly recommend watching the series if you didn't. They had to find one of 2 opportunities they had to win the game, and they won it spectacularly with no buybacks from BB Team in that game too. But BB closed it out. They're going through their training arc in the lower bracket. We saw it today. In the end, they pulled through.
Yeah, 1 dub against Team Zero. I kind of expected more from Team Zero, to be honest, but 1 dub, they showed what they're made of in that series, but after they were playing against Team Falcons, they kind of hit the wall. This was a bit too much for them, too big of a meal to take on, and the last series was...
BB Team Nouns.
BB Team Nouns as well. Nouns slightly figured out as a team. They showed some great performance, knocking down Team Spirit, but other than that, I feel like the preparation for this series, it was all on BB's side, because they were so ready with the picks and played it out, showing that they were a better team today. And also the matchup between these 2 teams, definitely favoring BB Team.
Yeah, I wonder if we have such a situation in tomorrow's games as well. When speaking about tomorrow's games, we've got 4 series in the lower bracket that are not yet played out. We are having 6 teams right now in the Royal Arena, and we want 8. 2 more teams need to join them, T, and it's spicy.
Yes. Tomorrow. Yes. Oh, we've lost it. It's fine. Don't worry.
No.
We've zoomed in on it.
Yes, we did.
Even better. Yes, the bottom half of this bracket is basically everyone who doesn't want to watch Western European Dota. This is what you care about. The Beast Coast, the Heroic, the Spirit, the G2IG, the Extreme Gaming, and the Aurora. You want these guys to do well, to make a deep run, so that our grand finals isn't going to be a repeat, of Gaming and Liquid. Therefore, this part of the bracket, they're the curveballs, the ones that bring the spice, the oomph, the memories. So tomorrow is going to be the most important day, because if they don't show up, then we probably are expecting Western Europe to probably dominate this TI. So tomorrow is everything other than Western Europe.
Yeah, I also want to quickly look at it. We already see one of the lower bracket matches in Royal Arena between BB Team and Falcons, and I happen to know that Falcons and BB Team faced each other 25 games in 2024. 20-5 in favor of Falcons, so hopefully BB Team will do their homework in that series as well. But the teams that are going to play tomorrow better have done their homework as well, because I want some exciting, spicy matches. And I know we say it every time, Effie, that we have an interregional matchup with Beast Coast and Heroic, and we're seeing them again. It's going to be sad either way, I feel.
It is going to be sad, but it's also going to light a fire in both of these teams to, at the very least, prove that they are the best South American team right now. And that does mean something to them. So I expect that it will be a bloodbath. No team is going to concede easily. They're going to bring their best drafting. And even if that's as far as they go, to say that they're the best South American team in the world is an award.
Final thoughts of the day, Lacoste. What do you think how today went, and what do you expect for tomorrow?
Kind of as expected. The only matchup that we didn't cover is Team Spirit against G2IG, which is going to be a tough one for G2IG, without a doubt. Team Spirit, choosing their own fate. They need to make this lower bracket run after they chose Nouns to be brought down by them, and now they have a long run in this lower bracket.
Or a very short one.
Or a very short one, you can end it, but if you want to defend the title, you need to be able to win 6 BO3s and a BO5, which is pretty insane to think about, but if there is a team that can do it, that's definitely Team Spirit.
They are so tilted. Like, they have to, not tilted, but angry at themselves.
Okay.
Not for choosing nouns, but for not preparing the way that they should have for them, because their series versus nouns is what basically left them exposed and wide open to the other two teams that they played, Gaming Gladiators and BB Team. They had the research of Team Spirit's mistakes, so Team Spirit gave it to other teams and didn't have it for themselves. They're angry tomorrow. They have to be.
Just a potential grand finals that we could have envisioned is now a lower bracket round 2. That's still, I can't even think about it existing.
He's
but we'll see it tomorrow.
Extreme versus Spirit, which we might see tomorrow.
Like I said, guys, it's going to happen tomorrow.
No, tomorrow is going to be very exciting. Tomorrow is going to be very spicy. Another 4 best-of-3s in the lower bracket, and it's the final series we have before we move on to the Royal Arena. We'll be live again, 10 a.m. sharp. Of course, we were live a little bit before that with a wonderful panel. Make sure you tune in for that, and make sure you tune in for all the Dota that's going to happen right here on this very stream. So see you tomorrow for more Dota 2 and the Road to the International.